in hospitals to keep me quiet because I was old enough to know what to talk about and that they were lying to me. In the beginning, they always wanted me to lie for them, but I refused to, and they were trying to adopt me out so they could get money. So I wrote a letter stating that I will not be adopted and that they may not change my name. That's when the lies started happening. So, they've pretty much got my brother because he believed their lies, but I'm speaking against them and exposing what they have done. Not very long ago, they sent me to St. Helena's mental health facility for youth, and it was very provocative of very explicit what they did. It was that they took away all my rights, and they would state that juveniles in the facility have no rights. They told me I had no rights. When they took me in on the ambulance, they were wheeling me in, and they told me that they were going to take all my clothes off. I told them they had no permission to do that. So they took drugs, which some people call booty juice, and they injected it into me and made me sedated. But I was still half awake. They took all my clothes off of me and strapped me down to bed naked. They put a catheter in me, and they would not feed me. They hooked me up to an IV. And anytime I would ask them, they wouldn't listen to me. They kept me in a room with cameras in it, but if we were to expose this, they'd probably cut the film out. Somebody saw this though. Her name was Amelia. She was in the same unit as me, and I knew her from past experiences being there. Amelia saw them through the window what they were doing to me because she saw me come in, and she peeked to see if I was there, and she saw two male mental health workers and a female nurse taking off my clothes and tying me to a bed while I was screaming. And when I was out of the solitary confinement, or quiet room is what they call it, she was telling me what they were doing, and they told us we cannot talk in group. The next morning, they sent her to LA.
Wow, that's terrible. Did anything happen in a place in the location of Vallejo?
Vallejo, yeah, that's St. Helena's.
Oh, okay.
I feel like they may have raped me, but I would not know because I wasn't really awake. I remember bits and parts, but I don't remember the whole thing because they tried to sedate me with the medicine.
Ashley, how do you feel about your mom completing her case plan over 2 years ago and the courts and CPS not complying with their own rules to return you and your brother to your parents? Were you aware that your mom had proved in small claims court with paper trail evidence that she had completed her case plan and in good standing, and they didn't return you and your brother to your mom and or your parents? How do you feel about that?
That is correct, but they did not tell me or my siblings of any of the case, really. Tony O'Carey lied to me. He was a social worker, and he told me she did not complete her classes, and they also told me her parental rights were taken, which they weren't. He's lied about a lot of things. I think he was working with the foster parent, Millie Coleman, to get my brother adopted in the beginning, because she only wanted my brother, which is why they kept sending me to group homes, because that was the easiest way to get rid of me.
Ashley, would you share with people what happened to Millie's husband when he was, and why he is not currently there?
Oh, yeah. When I came back from St. Mary's Hospital in San Francisco around May, and I came back, and I wasn't allowed to go upstairs where the rooms were. They took everything out of the room and had just a bed and a few t-shirts for me to change into. And I asked him, "Why are you doing this? Do you even accept what she's doing? Do you agree with this?" And he looked at me and he shook his head, and he said that he doesn't want to talk about it and that he needs to take space in his room, and he left. But he knows what I'm talking about. I know he does. That's why they have possibly gotten a divorce. Because I think I guilted him a little bit on what he understands with me and Millie.
So, Ashley, do you believe that Mr. Coleman left Millie Coleman, the foster parents, because Mr. Coleman believed you and that he didn't want any part of what was going on after understanding that?
Mr. Coleman, I don't think he just believed me. I think he knew exactly what I meant, and I don't think he wants part in this. I think that's why he left.
Ashley, are there some other things that you would like to share about your case with the people that you feel it were allegations, lies, or?
Well, recently I've had communication with my aunt in Colorado, and I know from past that when my sister went to visit her dad in Arizona, they told me that she was coming back, but they lied to me. They left her in Arizona. Recently, when I've had contact with my aunt, they were planning that I visit Colorado for Christmas vacation. They were going to keep me there because my aunt slipped and told me a little bit about what they were going to do and how she has the room set up and everything. I believe they're doing this because I'm opening my mouth and exposing what they are doing and not following what they want me to do.